No injuries for our team, so that's a good thing coming out of that game. Big picture, just from the game, we weren't able to get going in that big red zone from that plus 35 to the plus 25. You felt it. I felt like we controlled the game for the first half, and we got down there to that 4th and goal when we got the touchdown call back by Andy and weren't able to get that play. We took some sacks on 4th down throughout. So. When you have 80 plays like we were moving the football, doing different things, similar to the first time that we played these guys. We just weren't as productive. They have a good 3rd down defense. I think when you look at the numbers, 20-something attempts on 3rd and 4th down, 1 for 6 on 4th down. You felt that. And that's a credit to them. They did a great job there. So, we just didn't come out in the second half and finish them. And you got to give credit to them. The game kind of got away a little bit there towards the end, unfortunately, with the pick 6. So we were, that's where we're at right now, and was able to talk to the guys and just explain to them, hey, listen, this has been a long season, but at the same point in time, the thing that we all need to use these life experiences to make ourselves better, and how that is, and how you handle yourself. You look back and you say, did I stay the same? How do I, what did I change? And then how do I make myself better moving forward? It's important. These guys care in there. They care in that locker room. We care as coaches. And so, as I say every year to the team, the last 3 years and now this year, every NFL team is different heading into the next year. And whether it's players, whether it's coaches. And so individually reflect, see where we can get better. This isn't where we wanted to be or how we wanted to do it. But use it to get better. So that was kind of our message.
Matt, what is this moment like for you personally? Not only having today cave in on you in the second half, but
yeah,
uncertainty.
Sure. Well, there's a lot of realism to everything. When you're in this position and you're a leader of a team, and you go through and you try to create and build a culture like we have here. You want to be able to get better. You want to be able to go through the highs and lows throughout the year. And we know how the season went this year. We know how it went towards the end of the year, and then, of course, today's game. But right now, it's not really, I'll have time here when the season ends to be able to reflect, as always. And these guys, I think the big picture is understanding that it hasn't been what we wanted. But, again, trying to always keep this mentality of how do you use this to make yourself better. And even myself as a head coach, how do I make myself better? And then the players do that, and we know that we got to use that to get better down the road.
What have you learned, I guess, this season you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yourself as a head coach and,
Sure. No, I think probably for me as a head coach, when you go through this season, you understand that the other 31 coaches are going through the COVID protocol stuff that we have. You understand you have different positions that when you're competing and you're getting young guys to come in and compete, you have a coaching staff that you're dealing with. And for me, probably the biggest thing is just making sure that I think that it's not what we wanted, and how did we react to that as the weeks went by. When you go through a losing streak like we did, that can be difficult. That's challenging. And did you change, and how did you use it to get better, and did you fight through it? And we did that, but at the same point in time, you always look back and you say, okay, what was your record? And did you win enough? And did you get into playoffs to have an opportunity? Because once you get into playoffs, it's 0-0. And we didn't do that. So I think right now at this moment, I don't have a great answer other than being able to reflect at the end of the year when I think about it a little longer.
Matt, if this is the end for you, how do you feel about your time?
Again, my 4 years that I'm here, I look at a few things. You look at developing players, specifically at their positions, guys that you're part of in the draft process with Ryan and all of our personnel and our coaching and all the time that goes into that. And then you look into each specific season, and we had a really good first year together at 12-4, and now we continue to grow here. As you build through the draft, you have young guys that are getting better and better each year, and they're improving. We have some older guys too on this roster that have been a part of this, and just kind of seeing how that rolls. But I'm just proud of these players. I really am. I'm proud of the coaches. I think that I know how much they care, and I know how much they want to be better, and to me, that matters. Now, again, we understand our record. We know that that's real. That's a part of it. But do the guys care and do they fight? And they do that.
Do you believe you have the answers for why the offense didn't work here, or is that something that you will need to dig into in the offseason to be able to answer for when you have future opportunities?
Well, there's a lot that goes into that question. There's so much when you look at different teams and where they're at, and whether it's different positions, how they work together in all three phases, whatever that is, and how it's a team game. So we know we want to be better offensively. We know it hasn't been what we wanted it to be, but that's what you need to do as a coach, is try to find answers, and you get together with personnel and you figure out where you're weak at position-wise, and then schematically, that's probably what part of your question too is. Okay, I would say stating the obvious that we need to be better in the red zone, right? I don't think we were good enough this year in the red zone, so being better there, and whether that's players, whether it's scheme, whatever it is, you got to score more points when you get down in the red zone.
Matt, what's your understanding of when you'll learn your future, how you'll learn your future in the next day or so?
Yeah, again, I've never been in this position before, and for me, it's I continue to just go about business like normal, and I mean that. I've had conversations as nothing has changed, as I've told you guys a few days ago, and I know this: whatever is supposed to happen will happen, and I'm a positive person, and again, I think that it's about these players right now, and these players have fought their asses off to play hard. They sacrifice their body every day, and everything else will take care of itself how it's supposed to.